My thoughts on C K Chesterton, who's a Catholic theological philosopher from England. What my point would be, and this is my opinion with a lot of people that are developing the new, what I would consider the new cultural revolution that will save Western civilization, is to be careful who you put stock in. I personally would recommend, if you're Catholic looking to Pierre Teilhard de Chardin and looking to actually practicing the lifestyle of Catholicism. The problem with C K Chesterton is, though he speaks very freely, he was a drunkard and a glutton. Okay, gluttony is of course one of the 7 deadly sins, which is something many Christians, Catholic, Protestant, evangelical, etc., seem to not understand, and they gorge themselves on food. They might not see a whore, they might not be addicted to pornography, they might not do anything else, but they certainly do gorge themselves on food. Chesterton was also a drunkard. Okay, he would drink frequently, and people might say, well, alcohol was not forbade in the Bible. No, but drinking to the point of drunkenness was. The point that I'm trying to make is, if you are trying to embrace Christianity, be it Catholicism, Protestantism, or evangelical religions, as your lifestyle, understand who you put stock in, and it should not be evangelical leaders, it shouldn't be many so-called theologians, it should be the actual concepts of the lifestyle of Christianity. C K Chesterton, in my view, is a very poor example of a Catholic or of a Christian in general, and a very poor example of a human being. A lot of people like to use him as a way to disprove vegetarianism and Catholicism, being one of the, Catholicism can embrace vegetarianism, and vegetarianism does accentuate, not attenuate, the practice of Catholicism. Many monastic sects of Catholics do not consume meat, because the consumption of meat brings out the more base aspects of the individual, which is, or at least that's the belief. But my point is that C K Chesterton and other so-called theological philosophers are basically just people. People need to look to things that challenge them instead of agree with them. And that's the problem you see, is too many people seek that which agrees with them instead of that which challenges them and makes them think or makes them work. Nobody wants to think, and certainly nobody wants to work anymore. And that's my opinion about C K Chesterton. And the fact is, people need to understand, you need to be challenged, and you need to think. You need to think for yourselves. And that's something that's not being pushed in enough in this new cultural revolution of Western civilization.